Seriously. I thought you, being Kevin's girl, would be smarter. But you're just a clueless fool. Kevin sure got himself a worthless woman. Saying this, Noah laughed. So, hurry up and hand over your bank book. If you refuse, we'll get a divorce. Fine, but you'll regret this. When I said that, Noah probably didn't understand what I meant. He responded with a smug smile, I won't. Wait till you see, Noah. In any case, Noah won't get his hands on a large sum of money. And I've thought of a good plan. It would be best if Noah gets what he deserves. My name is Becky, and I'm 35 years old. I had a happy life after marrying my husband Kevin 6 years ago. I believed I would live a happy life forever, but I was shattered 3 years later when I realized that was just my wishful thinking. Kevin died in a car accident. Since then, I've been devastated. The person who supported me during this tough time was Kevin's best friend, Noah. Noah took me out, recommended interesting movies, and did various things to cheer me up. Thanks to him, 3 years later, I've finally been able to recover from the shock of Kevin's death. I'm truly grateful to Noah. Then, one day, Noah suddenly said, Becky, will you marry me? What? I know it's complicated because of Kevin, but isn't it time for you to think about your happiness? Indeed, after 3 years, I believe I've moved on from the shock of Kevin's death, largely thanks to Noah. I hadn't considered this until now, partly because I felt guilty towards Kevin. But if I were with Noah, would Kevin be happy for me? I promised to make you happy, for both my sake and Kevin's. Looking into my eyes earnestly, I decided to trust Noah. All right, let's do it. And so, I married Noah. In the beginning, things were great. At Noah's request, I became a housewife. Every day after work, Noah would always message me asking, "What's for dinner tonight?" and rush home. It was my second marriage, but the newlywed life was blissful. On days off, Noah would help around the house, and there were no complaints. I hoped this happy life would continue, but storm clouds appeared about 6 months in. Around 11 p.m., Noah finally came home. Isn't this a bit late? You always said you'd let me know if you'd be late. I had to go out for a drink, it was spur of the moment kind of a thing. You didn't have to stay up. You could at least message me. I prepared dinner. It's not like the meal is anything special. Don't start nagging, I'm tired. Saying that, he headed straight to the bathroom. It wasn't just today, he had been coming home late frequently. And without notifying me. No calls, not even a message. He always says it's a company drinking party, but does he really have to attend every time? He no longer helps at home on his days off either. At home, Noah just lounges around. Even when I say to him, "Come on, at least help out with the household chores on your days off," he replies, "Why should I tire myself out even on my days off? Taking care of the house is your job, isn't it? You're a housewife, so handle it yourself." He just won't cooperate. Amidst these many complaints, what worries me the most now is our finances. Noah gives me what remains of his salary after taking out his own allowance as living expenses. But recently, the amount he's been handing over has been decreasing steadily. This month too, the amount he gave was significantly less. When I mentioned, "I'm sorry, but I'm short on cash," Noah responded nonchalantly, "It might be less because I took out some for my mom." "How much did you give her?" "About $1,000. $1,000? Last month you gave her $800, and I told you it was too much. We can't afford that. If you subtract your allowance from that, we won't have enough to live on. There's nothing I can do about it. My mom said she wanted it. Make it work with your savings. Make it work. You could get a part-time job. You're just lounging around at home anyway." Get a job. It was Noah's wish that I became a full-time housewife. Shocked by his terrible words, I realized I might really have to get a part-time job. So, I started looking. I found a part-time job that was only for a few hours. It was convenient as I could return home by evening. One day, after work I ran a little late. I returned home to find the door unlocked. Surprised, I entered and saw that Noah was already home. Noah, you're already back? As I spoke, he looked startled and seemed to hide something. Wait, what did you just hide? Nothing at all. Lies. I saw you hide something. Snatching it from Noah, I saw it was my bank book. What? What were you looking at? Give it to me. Noah smirked. You've saved up quite a bit, huh? You always complain about not having enough money. That's not the point, this money is. Then, all of it should be transferred to my mom's account. What? Of course, it should. Your money is essentially my mom's. Why should my money go to your mother? Money of the bride belongs to the mother-in-law, don't you know that? Give me the bank book. No way. This is my precious money. Just give it. I ran into the bedroom and locked the door as Noah tried to forcibly take the bank book. He pounded on the door, yelling, "You really are so greedy about money. Just hand over the bank book. Who's the greedy one here?" The balance in the bank book was $300,000. I had kept it hidden in the back of a drawer. Just thinking about how Noah rummaged through to find it disgusted me. And this money is precious and shouldn't be used recklessly. Noah said mockingly, "I thought you, being Kevin's girl, would be smarter. But you're just a clueless fool. Kevin sure got himself a worthless woman." He laughed after saying this. It's one thing to berate me, but to insult my best friend Kevin too? Hearing that made me realize I can't be with this man anymore. After a while, I heard the front door close. It seemed Noah had gone out. I came out of the bedroom and looked around to see if he was really gone. All I could think about was divorcing Noah. I wonder what Kevin would say if he saw me now. When I thought about it, I suddenly missed Kevin and tears began to fall. That's precisely why I can't give this money to Noah. I once placed the passbook inside a suitcase with a lock. I waited for Noah to return, but he never came back. Where could Noah have gone at this time? Maybe he gave up and went out drinking. He didn't come back even as the day changed, so I just went to bed. The next day, I woke up and Noah still hadn't returned. I thought about many things with a clearer head than the night before. Continuing to live this way was just not feasible. I don't want to hand over the bank book to Noah. Moreover, Noah insulted not only me but also Kevin. I will never forgive him. For the time being, I packed only the essentials. Just then, Noah came home. "Oh, you're up? Where were you?" I went back to my parents' house and just came from the real estate agent. Real estate agent? You're $300,000. I thought it would be wasted on you, so I bought a house for my mother. Of course, a brand new one. What? So, hurry up and hand over the bank book. If you don't want to, we're getting a divorce. Okay. Huh? Divorce, right? I don't mind. No, I mean. Noah seemed flustered. Did he think if he mentioned divorce, I'd just obediently hand over the bank book? Sure, but you'll regret it. Noah probably didn't understand what I meant. With a smug smile, he said, "No, I won't. I just went into the bedroom to get my packed belongings." Noah must have misunderstood. He probably thinks that after the divorce, he'll get half, $150,000, from the property division. But that's wrong. Either way, Noah won't get a large sum. And that still wouldn't make up for the insults to Kevin and me. Then I came up with a good plan. I hope Noah gets what he deserves. I returned the bank book to the kitchen drawer, picked up my luggage and said, "I'll mail the divorce papers later. Don't touch the rest of my things. I'll collect them when I have time." Perhaps suspicious of my organized departure, Noah looked puzzled. But I left the house. I then checked into a business hotel near the station and stayed there for about a week. During that time, I found a rental apartment suitable for a single person. After finalizing the contract, I promptly moved in. I returned to the house one afternoon while Noah was out to move my belongings. I checked the bank book I had left in the drawer. As I expected, money had been withdrawn, leaving a balance of $150,000. This was just as I had predicted. He probably took half of the $300,000 for himself and used it to buy the new house for his mother. But his regret will come later. I got the divorce papers from the city office, filled them out, and mailed them to Noah. But even after a week or two, there was no sign he had submitted them. When I called Noah, he didn't answer. After persistent calling, an annoyed Noah finally picked up. "Hey, can you submit the divorce papers to the city office?" "Divorce papers? Oh, I'll do it next week." "No, do it now. Also, you withdrew money from my passbook, right? $150,000. It's illegal to do it without my consent." "Idiot, withdrawing from a family member's account isn't illegal. And in any case, half of it would be mine after the divorce." I'm hanging up. Hey. The phone hung up just like that. However, that was fine with me. Noah acted just as I had anticipated. After some time, I learned that Noah had submitted our divorce papers to the city office. When I checked, our divorce was officially finalized. A month later, I was at work. The company that had hired me part-time was recruiting full-time employees. When I heard this, I applied and they accepted me as a full-time staff member. I heard loud voices coming from the company's entrance. When I went to see, to my surprise, Noah and his mother were there, desperately arguing with the receptionist. I rushed over and exclaimed, "Hey! What are you doing here?" The two of them shouted with all their might, "Becky! We've been looking for you. Please, hear us out. Becky, please forgive us." They started speaking so loudly that I had to calm them down, then explained the situation to my boss, and moved to a nearby cafe. "What's this all about? I'd appreciate it if you didn't come to my workplace." With pale faces, the two of them began to hurriedly explain. "About the $150,000 I withdrew from your bank book. It seems that money wasn't part of our assets division." "That money was." I sighed heavily in disbelief. "As I tried to tell you multiple times, that money is my personal property. It's the life insurance payout from when Kevin died. I didn't know. I'm truly sorry. I'll find a way to return the money. Please forgive me." "Exactly. You wouldn't want to blow this out of proportion either, right? Let's settle this peacefully. Is that all?" Their expressions grew even more panicked. "Is that all? I know about $150,000. How did you withdraw it from the bank? Did you think I wouldn't notice?" "Well, that is, not what you think. We really needed the money. I can guess what happened. He can't withdraw $150,000 all at once from an ATM, and doing so would take too much time. So they would have wanted to do it over the counter, but for a large amount, a power of attorney from the account holder is required. That power of attorney was likely written by the ex-mother-in-law. And she probably also answered the confirmation call, pretending to be me. This is clearly a crime. And they still tried to deceive me about it. I can't forgive this man. Please forgive me. I don't want lawyers coming to my office, or my colleagues looking at me with pity. If this goes any further, I might lose my job and won't find another one. Can't we just settle this? I was told to divorce you by my husband. I was just blinded by the allure of a new house. It was just a lapse in judgment. While it's true that I was able to move on from Kevin's death because of this man, maybe I should have forgiven him. But in the end, he insulted my beloved Kevin. If it weren't for that, things might not have gone this far. This has nothing to do with me. I'll see you two in court. Please wait. Please, Becky. Please, Becky. Both of them kneeled in the cafe, but I ignored them and left. After all, this mess was entirely their fault. In the end, Noah and his mother faced a significant financial claim from me, resulting in a massive debt. The $150,000 they took was returned to me by the ex-father-in-law. The new house they had bought was quickly sold, but the sale didn't cover the purchase price. Of course, Noah lost his job. He couldn't find a new job and now works as a security guard, living day by day, eating cheap microwave food and repaying his debt. His mother divorced and lives a humble life doing part-time jobs in a cheap apartment. I, on the other hand, have been working happily at my company. After the divorce, I returned to my single life, but I believe that's just another phase in life, and I'm ready to start over. However, recently a wonderful person who cares about me has appeared in my life. I'm proceeding with the relationship cautiously, making sure I don't make the same mistakes again, but I can't help but hope that this relationship is a good one.